Okay. Welcome to Live with Jen and Toya, Bam Woman Show. We have the beautiful Miss Brandy McAllister. She is the founder of Pray the Impossible. I can't wait to hear how this came about, her journey, how she came up with the name Pray the Impossible. So, Miss Brandy, will you let us know who you are, where you're from, and what is your ministry?
Absolutely. First, I want to thank you all, you and your partner, for having me. This is an amazing opportunity, so I thank you again. And
Yes.
so, like you mentioned, my name is Brandy, and I am the spiritual friend advisor of Pray the Impossible, and I'll get into that in a second. Pray
Okay.
the Impossible is a faith-based service company, and we uplift, inspire, and encourage an individual on their spiritual journey. So I coined myself spiritual friend advisor once I had a few friends ask me to be their spiritual advisor. And I'm like, let me kind of come up with a unique name. So I define it as
Yeah.
basically it's a friend who gives advice based on godly wisdom. And I love to drop gems. They are
Mhm.
God enthused messages spoken from my heart just to inspire, uplift, and encourage you, to give you words of hope and faith. And so
Yes.
I'm also a certified life coach and spiritual coach of Pray the Impossible. So that's
Okay.
one service that we offer as our faith based service company.
Okay. So, friend advisor, I saw that. I was like, I love that instead of advisor.
Yes,
The friend.
yes,
I
yes.
love that. I love when people come up with unique ways of changing things and coining things. That's what makes whatever you do, whatever anybody does, unique and special when you can come up with a phrase and coin it for your own.
Absolutely.
So, how did you come up with Pray the Impossible? Where did the vision come from?
Woo. So many years ago, no, about 3 years ago, my minister had given me a prophetic word, and he said,
Mhm.
I see you writing books about, transformation. He's like, I see you, doing all these great things, working with women, being like a teacher in a sense. And so I
Yeah.
kind of took that prophetic word and ran with it, right? So once he said, I see you writing books,
Mhm.
um, which I did. I wrote two books. The first book is Real Talk, A Conversation from My Heart to Yours. It's a 30-day
Okay.
devotional, and I actually have it right here.
Okay.
So that's this book here.
Okay. Okay.
And then the second book that I wrote is My Way or God's Will, The Choice is Yours. So
Ooh.
when I was writing, yes. So when I was writing the first book, Real Talk, A Conversation from My Heart to Yours, a good girlfriend of mine, and at that point, I'm like, I just wanted to write one devotional.
Mhm.
And she's like, there's too much of God in you for you to do something so
Yes.
small. And I'm like, but I don't want to be a devotional writer. I just wanted one devotional to go on someone else's website.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think you should create your own devotional website since you're getting ready to have your book. This will be a great way for you to,
Right.
kind of start your following. So I was reading a devotional one day, and at the end, it said, prayer invades the impossible. And I said, pray the impossible.
Wow.
And that's just where it came from. And
Mhm.
pray the impossible is basically just about like anything is possible if a person believes, right? And
Yes, it
are
is.
you and there are situations that may be impossible for you that may not be impossible for me, and vice versa. And pray the
Right.
impossible is just about having that faith. Do you believe God for the impossible, or do you want
Mhm.
to continue to believe for things that are possible? Because if it's possible, we can do it in our own strength, right? But when you pray the impossible, it's about seeing God show up, show
Yes.
out, seeing God's signs, miracles, and wonders in your life. You're
Mhm.
seeing God and you're believing God and you're praying for things that our human
Definitely.
mind can't even comprehend. So that's where Pray the Impossible came from. And it kind of like over the past 3 years, because Pray the Impossible's three, it just became a lifestyle.
Mhm.
And it wasn't even something that clearly it wasn't my vision until my minister gave me a prophetic word saying that he saw me doing so many things, and it kind of just took a life of its own.
Wow. So, do you have like a group that you meet? Like, what kind of services do you offer the ladies? Is it just ladies or is it men? Who do
Well,
you mainly
yeah.
service?
So right now, I mainly service women because that's who I just attract, women, right? But
Yes.
I am open to men, but right now it's just women, which is totally fine. The men, they're gonna
Right.
come soon.
Right.
And yes, I offer a membership program called Gems, and we meet each and every Thursday. So I have an app, a membership app. So I have
Okay.
members on there. So every Thursday within the app, we meet on Zoom and it's called Heart to Heart Join the Conversation. And so
Okay.
every Thursday, I come up with a topic and then I ask each woman the question. It's like a group session. And then I
Uh-huh.
drop gems. And then we just all, share, uplift, encourage each other, share our own personal testimonies. And believe it or not, like it's women that don't even know each other that now have this bond, right? It's a spiritual community for
Wow.
spiritually like-minded people. So that's another service that we also offer with Pray the Impossible.
I love that. I love it. So, let's talk about the Mastermind Conference. How did you get involved in such an amazing platform and conference? Because Innate Success, Dr. Shamika Gibson, is hosting it. So tell us a little bit how that came about.
And God is so funny because my line sister, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and my
Okay.
line sister just she DM'd me a flyer, and I'm
Hmm.
like, what is this about? Changing the mindset, whether it's, personally with your family. And my spirit just took to it. And so,
Hmm.
I read up on what she was offering, what she was doing, and the mission behind it. And then I reached out to her, and here we are.
Wow.
Here we are.
So,
So, yeah.
what does changing the mindset mean to you in your journey and the things that you've accomplished so far? How did you have because you have to change and shift your mindset. So, how did you do that and what does that mean to you in your business?
Yeah, so changing the mindset, that goes back to my way or God's will. The choice is yours,
Yes.
right? And so that book is about my spiritual transformation,
Hmm.
my spiritual journey. We go through life thinking that things are supposed to go a certain way, or by a certain age, you should have this, you should have accomplished that.
Right.
And what I learned and had to unlearn and relearn is
Hmm.
that if that's not the plan that God has for you, it's not going to manifest. It's not going to yield any fruit.
That
And
is so
so, as
true.
I was going through my own personal transformation within
Hmm.
these 3 years and just reading the word more, believing God more, spending more time with God, ultimately that started to change my mind. And that goes back
Hmm.
to Pray the Impossible. Are you going to continue to have that mindset where you believe for things that are possible, or are you going to step outside the box? Are you going to
Right.
do something that the
Hmm.
average person may not be believing God
Hmm.
for? Are you willing to have crazy faith and to look crazy and to believe God for something so impossible? And then when He shows up and makes it possible, you're now able to go back and help those people to change
Yes.
their mindset, to believe God for a different way, or just to view things from a spiritual perspective as opposed to what society says, what the world
Right.
says. And so it was important to me to even be a part of this, is because I had to literally change my mindset. It's like, you think things are supposed to be one way, but when you want to do things God's way, you see that
Hmm.
it has purpose. You see that
Right.
it's bigger than you, and it just changes your whole perspective on life.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. So, without telling everything and spilling, what your topic will be about, so let us know just a little bit of what you're going to share tomorrow, because you're a
Yeah.
panelist, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep, I'm a panelist, and just to give just a little bit, um, it's pray the impossible, believe the impossible, and do the
Ooh.
impossible.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So, yes,
So
definitely going to be
I'll
good.
on a little bit about what
Uh-huh.
does believe the impossible look like, and what does doing the impossible looks like. So I'm going to touch
Yes.
base on that, and I'll go into more detail about that. But yes, pray the
Yes.
impossible, believe the impossible, and do the impossible. And doing those three things and believing those three
Mhm.
things and putting the action behind it, that will help to change your mindset.
Yes, and I think a lot of people don't, because you get all these visions and these ideas and these dreams, and a lot of people need help with putting that action, putting it into play. And I really feel that this conference is going to help a lot of people to know which way they need to go and steer them, in the right direction. I noticed you
Absolutely.
on your website, you have a thing called Books, Bubbly, and Blessed by Brandy. So, can we talk about that a little bit? It's a lot of bees.
Absolutely. It's
I
a
was
lot of
like,
people.
I'm gonna have to look at that and say,
Yes.
yes.
So it's so funny because it started off as a hashtag, which was
Uh huh.
blessed by Brandy. And so on my
Okay.
Creative Impossible Instagram page, I used to post words of the day.
Mhm.
So it could be experience, and then I'll come up with
Oh.
a gem using the word experience, whether it's in a sentence or a question that I'm asking you. I can't remember right now what the exact word was, but a
Mhm.
faithful follower put the hashtag blessed by Brandy. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh.
I'm like, I love it. Like that is amazing.
Yes.
So
I love
that
it.
we have that part, but then every Thursday before I had the membership app, I
Mhm.
used to host Heart to Heart every Thursday on IG Live.
Mhm.
So one of the followers were like, Brandy, we need you to do an in-person event. Like we want to do this in person because you're reading the comments, but you want to put
Yes.
a face to a name. So when
Mhm.
I came out with my second book, My Way or
Mhm.
Gospel, The Choice is Yours, that's when I said Books Bubbly and Blessed by Brandy. That was the name of the book signing. So books represented knowledge and
Okay.
understanding. Bubbly
Right.
represented, you're out, maybe a cocktail or whatever.
Yes.
But also it symbolized just like the joy and
Mhm.
the excitement of the knowledge and the wisdom.
Right.
And then Blessed by Brandy were the words that I was sharing. It was the wisdom, it was the gems that I was dropping. And so then it just turned into like events that I host. And then
Wow.
now, Books Bubbly and Blessed by Brandy, it
Mhm.
turned into a nonprofit. So
Oh.
my nonprofit is called Blessed by Brandy Incorporated. It's a 501c3. And
Okay.
mission is to motivate individuals to pray the impossible, believe the impossible, and do the
I.
impossible through godly wisdom, testimonies, and words of encouragement. And we host events, panel discussions, and open
Okay.
forums that are geared towards spirituality, mental health, physical health, and wellness to enrich one's life. So that is Books Bubbly and
Yeah.
Blessed by Brandy, which is now Blessed by Brandy Incorporated.
I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it. So, I know you probably get this question all the time. How did COVID affect your ministry, your business, or did it even affect it at all? Like,
So yeah, so it's a twofold, right?
uh
Because
huh.
it affected once I published my second book. I used to be a vendor, so I would vend at a lot of pop-ups and events.
Right.
But clearly, COVID shut that down, so I wasn't able to get my book sales out. But
Mhm.
in turn, right before COVID hit in February, I started my program to become a certified life coach.
Okay.
So once I became certified, it launched my business. And I used to work in corporate office, and I was furloughed that March, laid off that June, and then September I became certified that August, and then September is when I took the leap of faith and say, you know what, I'm just going to go full time entrepreneurship, and I'm going to see where this takes me. So COVID, it was a twofold, right? So it
Right.
actually helped my business in a new way where now I'm coaching people spiritually in their life, helping them reach their goals, helping them, get the results that they're looking for. So it hindered at first in one way, but
Mhm.
then it actually worked out because then I started to take a different, path in life.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. And I mean, that's pretty much how Bam Woman came about, was through COVID. Um, but yes, so how can our viewers and listeners, if people want to support your book, your ministry, how can they purchase your book? How can they follow you on social media? Just your contact information.
Right, absolutely. So my website is praytheimpossible.com. And it's
Okay.
also at Pray the Impossible on Instagram, Pray the
Hmm.
Impossible on Facebook. And
Hmm.
when you actually go on my website, there's an option for you to find my books. So you can purchase my books. I have merchandise, I have hoodies, t shirts, hats. So that's listed on there. If you're interested in coaching, I offer free 30-minute introductory sessions. So you
Okay.
can also book that on my website.
Okay.
For my nonprofit, I am at blessed underscore by underscore brandy underscore
Okay.
inc on Instagram. And
Okay.
then on Facebook, it's Blessed by Brandy Incorporated. And I'm in the process of working on getting the website up and running for that portion of it. But yeah, those are the ways that you can definitely find me and to support me. And then also I have the Linktree link, so you can also find all of my social media handles and everything that I have coming up. Yeah, and also yes, one last thing. Every first Wednesday of the month,
Okay.
I do a prayer, so you can also find that in the link in my bio. If
Okay.
you
I
need
love
monthly
that.
prayers, send your prayer
Yes.
in.
We need those.
Okay, and I will pray for you and include you in the corporate prayer.
Okay. So, one last question. What is a piece of advice that you would offer someone who's wanting to start a business or a ministry or even an organization? Um, what would you tell them?
I would tell them it is challenging,
Mm-hmm.
but it's rewarding.
Yes.
And the challenging part of either starting a ministry, a business, whatever it is, it's changing your mindset. That's what
Mm-hmm.
it's all about, right? Because
Yes.
when you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to go from an employee mindset to then shifting to an employer mindset, right? Or
That's
so
right.
with ministry, it's, maybe perhaps you're being a follower, but then you have to change your mindset to now I'm a leader. I have to lead these
Mm-hmm.
people. So it's all about changing your mindset. Also, I would say surround yourself with like minded people or surround yourself with a
Yes.
network of people who are either who have just started or who have a little bit more wisdom and knowledge in
I agree.
whether it's ministry, entrepreneurship, because not everyone's going to understand your journey.
That's
And
right.
although it's challenging, don't give up. There's going
Right.
to be different seasons where you need to grow. Then there's going to be seasons where it's like, wow, all like I'm getting book sales, new clients. And then there's going to be a dry season. And maybe in that dry season, that's your season now that you're leveling up and it's time to grow. But I would definitely say do it if it's on your heart, if it's a heart desire, do it. But it's all about changing your mindset and just seeing the bigger picture and the bigger outcome at the end of the day.
I love that. I definitely love that. So, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having me.
sharing your story, your business, your ministry, because it's a ministry. um, so tomorrow
Yes.
on the Mastermind Conference, Brandy McAllister will be one of the panelists. So those links will be posted via social media. Um, we'll be blasting them out. So we're super excited to just be a part of this great event. And if there's any way that BAM Woman magazine can help you or assist you, if you have any upcoming events, let us know, please. We would love to support you just by like sharing your flyer. And people don't realize just by
Absolutely.
sharing that makes a difference.
No, and
So,
speaking
yeah.
of, yeah, I actually do. My nonprofit, we're having our first fundraiser event. It's called Fall for the Possible Kentucky Derby Fundraising Brunch. It's going to be
Ooh.
Sunday, September the 12th. It's a
Okay.
$75 donation. And yeah, it's about falling for the possible, right? We fall for the possibility of, something bad is going to happen, the worst case scenario. But
Hmm.
again, changing your mindset. What about
Yes.
falling for the possibility of actually reaching your goal, becoming the new person, starting that business, writing that book? So I'm going to
Yes.
encourage you, while it's a fundraiser, there's still an activity where it's like fall for the possibility that anything can happen, right? if you just believe
I
the
like
believe
that.
the impossible, believe it. So that's definitely coming up. So I can definitely share the flyer with you.
Yes,
Thank you so
definitely
much
send that
for
to
doing
us.
that.
And
Yeah.
look, we love brunches, and I know it's. You said
Yes.
it's themed Kentucky Derby. Oh, so where are you located?
Oh yes, I'm located in New Jersey. I'm in New
Oh,
Jersey.
yes. Look, if we were closer, we would be at that brunch.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
we're in Texas.
Okay,
So
nice.
yes, definitely. Well, it was great talking to you. Like I said, we definitely want to stay connected. Please send us that flyer, and we wish you the best and just many blessings in your business, your ministry, and
Thank you
everything
so
that you touch. So yes,
Thank you so much. I receive it. Same to you
you're
all.
welcome. Thank you, and thank you everyone for watching Live with Jen and Toya, the Bam Woman Show. Until next time.